thank you to Dan at Gracelands for sponsoring this episode. We're really grateful for all your support in helping us make this possible. We have put the details below for all of Graceland's information. Hit Gracelands up for all your small and bigger projects. They do everything up to 600 houses plus and your slabs in your back garden. So if you want to know more about Gracelands, see below. Welcome to episode 7 of season 2. I'm really excited about the guests we've got in. I met you at Focus, didn't I, last year? Someone was telling me about your story, but I wanted you to come in and share it with us. So, welcome.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about what recovery or what sobriety means to you and a little bit about your journey?
You go first.
Go on, Joe.
Wow. Well, the journey was to recovery was pretty quick, to be honest, because basically like the lifestyle that we got ourselves in was just raving, partying, selling drugs, doing drugs. It's just the norm. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say it, but I actually loved that part. Like it's the flesh loved that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sinful part of me loved that. So basically, I lived my life from like about 16, 17 till 29, wasn't it? So 3 years ago, just living that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I had kids. Had a boy, and then I had a girl with Tanya, and it just didn't stop. It was just like it slowed down, like the actual going out and raving slowed down, but it's like the lifestyle, you selling drugs, trying to get money, trying to just like get a quick fix. Do you know what I mean? It was just constant, and so I wasn't really looking for recovery as such. I think. You were sort of like
I was on his case because I was not happy where I was with what I was doing, the cycle I was in, and I did keep saying to Joe, this needs to stop. Like we need to stop, and you'd probably just say probably while he was on it, and then nothing ever come of it with you, and then I think where we were together, it was almost like. Well, he's doing it, I'm just going to carry on sort of thing. I can't do it on my own.
And where it's readily available, it's like...
So recovery
your
to
own best
me,
customer.
Yeah.
I tried it for... I used to sell it to try and like use, and then I'd be like, I'll take $1,000 worth off you.
Yeah.
And then be like, I've now got to pay that whole grand because I've sniffed my profits and then now sniffed all of his stock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no, this was meant to make it cheaper for me. It's not cheap at all.
Yeah, it was like that for years, to be fair. And I used to be like someone who always wanted to keep my word. Like I always wanted to be honest, keep my word, pay people back when I can. And like because the addiction got so bad, it's like you just start slipping, and then you just start getting more, be like, I need some more to make the money back, and you just never make it back.
No.
Doesn't help when your girlfriend's sniffing it as well.
Yeah.
Two people to sniff your products.
I was very much helping myself as and when I wanted.
And putting money in, So I wasn't looking for it, but you was crying out for help, and because it's ketamine so like disassociative, it's like you want it once you're in that zone, you just want to be K'd up. And
can you talk a little bit about like I know there's so many people. I've only done ketamine twice myself. But I know there's so many people out there, and there's friends of mine who are out there. Still sniffing ketamine.
Oh yeah.
Can you tell people the effects of ketamine?
Oh, the effects of ketamine, as in like
I can't so much.
Like what the effects it has on your mind, or the damage?
The damage.
Oh, the damage. Yeah. So it destroys your bladder. It's like irreversible damage to your bladder. My best mate Oliver, he's probably gonna have to have his bladder removed. So there's like 3 stages, and he's in stage 3. I'm one of the ones who's not too bad. Like my bladder's all right. I've got reduced capacity, but I have got some sort of pain that I've had I've had it for about 5 years. But when I stopped, the pain just got worse and worse. And I was like, basically what happened was the Lord like revealed himself to me, and this was like over a period of 3 weeks. I started hearing about God through social media, stuff like that, because I'd always be scrolling, love the conspiracy, all that stuff, but I'd sort of discovered the evil in the world and like the occultic practices, and I thought, if this evil is happening in this world, then there must be an opposite. And the guys who were exposing it were Christians, and they were making like hip hop, Christian hip hop, talking about how Jesus had taken him out of a lifestyle of drugs and stuff like that. So I started listening to the music, and 3 weeks of just sort of like listening to the music and listening to Christian influencers. And I went out one night with my dog, and I didn't want to go out. I felt like crap. But I put this music on, and I just felt the presence of God wash over me. Like, I was feeling so low, but the joy that came, I just knew it was supernatural. And I was just like running and dancing in the rain, like with my dog, like, and
Like you've been on ketamine.
and what I had been, that's the thing. Right, yeah. But the ketamine wasn't doing anything.
Yeah,
like, if anything, I was just
while,
I was just feeling low, and this joy and the hope I had was, I had no right to be. Do you know what I mean? And so when I knew that it was God, in that moment, I said, I promise I'm going to live for you. And I went home, and I come into the kitchen, and you were smoking a spliff, and I was like, yeah.
I'm sure I sat on the sofa rolling one.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Had one hanging out my mouth.
This is like the old gospel thing, where it's like one gospel says this and the other gospel says that. So yeah, the way I
had a spliff, right?
yeah.
And I said, I think we need God. I just had this mad experience. And she was like, okay. And then she went down to the hut, smoked a joint, come back in, went to bed. And then I prayed that she would see God how I saw God.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, she felt the same way. Now, 3 days later, we gave everything up and we went to church.
Yeah.
And we never went back to drugs. But the pain that I had just continued to get worse. And I still have the pain now. Like every time I need a toilet, pain. Every time I don't have enough fluids, pain. And it's extreme. Like I don't really cry about anything, but this has brought me to tears. This has brought me to like sobbing. So yeah, ketamine does some serious damage.
Yeah, I've got a friend who's in recovery, and they've just started a ketamine like anonymous meeting.
Yeah,
because of how much
good.
it's
it's right.
Yeah.
I think like I give up before ketamine really come in like massive, and I didn't like the way ketamine made me feel, because I liked being in control. And like coke was my drug.
Yeah, same.
And like I didn't like drinking too much because it made me feel a bit ketty, and I was like, oh, don't like that feeling of being a bit too loose. Do you know what I mean? But like loads of the young lads now, I think it's because it's cheap.
Yeah.
Because coke, you like £80 a gram. What do you get kept for?
£20 a gram.
Exactly.
Then,
And I think these kids are coming from school.
Yeah.
Like they're going straight into college, and they're doing ket at college.
Yeah. I was doing it at work.
Yeah.
Like, I was a functioning addict, so I was mixing it with cocaine as well. So
Yeah.
just,
I've done that once. I walked around like a dinosaur for like hours.
My experience of not taking ketamine, because I was never a big user. I dabbled for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
But I've got, and my bladder's quite small, so I always knew that it damaged your bladder, and that always scared me from it.
Yeah.
But my drug of choice was cocaine.
Yeah.
And then with cocaine, I wouldn't be able to sniff without drinking.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Same.
And then when I wanted to kind of come down a little bit from that, I'd smoke weed. So I was doing all three. And it's this continuous cycle. But it was when I was on the coke, Joe would be on ketamine. So I'm up here and he's like down here.
Yeah.
And you're associating...
Well,
you're down here like...
Chewing your shoelaces.
This is the thing. Like, I think when people are on ketamine, what I observed is they don't realise just how messed up they actually are
Yeah.
when they're on it. They think they're fine. Like, you used to think you was fine. You used to think this is normal, I'm normal. Whereas his eyes are bulging and his nose is streaming and he's got like massive white rings around here. He thinks he's normal. He thinks he's perfectly fine. And it's like, you're not fine. And this is me saying it to him when I'm on cocaine. And I'm like, you're not fine. Like, and I think the automatic, like when they sniff it, how quickly it actually affects them. You can't string a sentence together. Nothing you're saying is making sense. You know, they're zoning into things, and it's like you say, it's so it like takes you out of reality so quickly and so intensely.
It's that escapism.
But they don't.
Isn't it?
Users don't realise how.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons people use Ket so often, because we don't like the way we feel. So ketamine then just literally takes everything away. We're just zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, I remember using Ket once and I couldn't even walk. Like,
it's like walking on marshmallows, isn't it? I was doing that as well.
I was like, can I get hold of any coke? They were like looking around the pub, dealers everywhere normally.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no coke dealer in here. My mate's like, oh, I've got a bag of Ket. I was like, yeah, that'll do. Just anything to sniff. Do you know what I mean? Just to get myself out of where I was.
Yeah.
Sniffed a line of Ket and I couldn't walk to the next pub.
Yeah.
Like, it's mental.
Yeah.
But like you said, it takes everything away. And that's why we use. Do you know what I mean? That's why we use. But yeah, Ket's scary, man.
Yeah.
Like, my mate, literally, his bladder's so bad. Like, 10 millilitres of water.
Yeah,
and he has to go to the toilet. Like, that's mental.
Yeah.
And people out there, like, I don't think it's talked enough, ketamine. Like, a lot of
I
people
say
talk
this all
about
the
coke.
time. Yeah.
And ketamine is so, just goes under the radar. And that's the most dangerous drug. Like, it absolutely ruins your mental health and your physical health. Like, deteriorates like that as well. Like, going to the toilet and, like, weeing blood.
Yeah.
And, like, your bladder shrinking. And,
People actually pass like chunks of their bladder out. It's like jelly, isn't it? It's actually. Is it
my mate sent me a photo the other day, and it's chunks of his own.
Yeah, and it's irreversible. So you know once it's done, the
my
damage is
mum
done.
works in healthcare, and she said the amount of people that are coming in to get like bladder removals is like skyrocketed.
Yeah, it's an epidemic, man.
It's mental.
And it needs to be spoke about more actually.
I think so.
I've got a lot of friends who are still struggling within it, and it's so hard to get out of it. And it's funny because I always say it, like there was that part of me that didn't want to get out of it.
Yeah.
And it had to be God that took me out of it.
100%. I was exactly the same. Like, I've explained a few times, like, me on my own power would just still be using now. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
like, I had an obsession to drink and use which never left me. Removed.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't know where from or who from. And I follow the same religion as you. I'm a Christian myself. And that's because if someone's taken and removed an obsession to drink and use that I couldn't do or no power could have done, I want to find out why.
Yeah.
I'm an addict. I want to know who's done that for me. Do you know what I mean?
How long was you using for?
14 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, a little bit short of that. Yeah, about 12, 14 years, something like that. Yeah, I started when I was 13 with MCAT. MCAT, the drug everyone used to love.
Yeah.
I didn't do MCAT.
Didn't do MCAT?
No, my brother basically introduced it to Basingstoke.
Really?
I don't know if you can put that in there. And I remember him bringing back this huge bag of it and hiding it in my bedroom in one of my drawers.
Oh, that's nice smell to have in your bedroom.
It was disgusting. It's like cat piss.
Cat piss,
it's disgusting. And then after that, I just remember everybody becoming crazy hooked on it, and he was just getting more and more of it in.
Yeah.
My brother got addicted to it. We had to lock him in the room to detox him from it.
I remember when I was like 13, I used to go and play cricket like with all the 13-year-olds, and I'd been on MCAT the night before, and I'd just be running around the cricket field stinking of cat piss. And like, that's normal. Do you know what I mean? I ain't slept.
Those friends have that memory of you now.
Yeah, I know.
Cat piss Kieran.
Yeah, literally. Do you know what people used to call me, right? Gearan. Honestly, I'm not even joking. Right? I used to hate it. People in the pub used to call me, oh, here comes Gearan. Right? And I'd be like, so embarrassed about that, but just couldn't stop. Do you know what I mean? Like, how humiliating is that?
For you.
Do you know what I mean? Gearan, how embarrassing is that?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I used to sniff that, and then I couldn't sniff anymore, so we used to call them capsules. Wow. So like, capsules off eBay, and fill them up with MCAT, and then bomb
I was
them.
doing that as well. Yeah.
MCAT was so bad.
Yeah,
man.
it's so bad.
But like, I thought buzz was better than Coke. I don't know how you felt about it, but I used to love that buzz.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was one of the best buzzes I ever had. But it's just depraved. Like, it just led to one thing after another. You just didn't want to stop.
And you're a slave to addiction, aren't you? You're like, I was saying this to someone the other day, like, I was literally a slave. Like, wake up in the morning, first thought is, how much money have I got in my bank? Or if I've got none, which is pretty much all the time, who's going to tick me? How much have I ticked off him?
Yeah.
Because he gives me a budget of 500. How much does he tick me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate,
It's never
it's-
ending.
And then like, I'll get like 3 for 1 in my pocket, and then go, that's going to last me till 10 o'clock. Where am I travelling to go to work? Who's near that area? Can he tick me because I've got no money? And it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
that's tiresome in its own. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's such a horrendous illness.
Yeah.
But
And I still see a lot of my mates doing that, and like the thing where you say waking up in the morning, like if I had a plate, because I used to do it on a plate.
yeah,
So if I had a plate left on
you're
the kitchen side,
sophisticated, Joe.
yeah. Well,
Not when you got
Toilet
kids in the house.
seats.
well,
to be
if you
there.
saw the size of them, you wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had a plate left over in the morning, there was some on there, I'd be like, oh yes, you know. But
Perfect.
that's the thing, like, and to have
That's the best wake up present ever.
but to
Some
come out
left
of
over.
that is like you can't. There's no other thing that could have taken me out, and it had to be Jesus.
Yeah,
Because,
100%.
The lines were getting bigger, weren't they?
well, yeah,
I just
but
remember the lines getting bigger and bigger until like they'd have a DVD case. It would be that mine would always be like that,
Mm.
and then the C case that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
and the boys would make would end up being the length of the DVD case,
Yeah,
and they'd be about that thick. And
because of the
sometimes they'd sniff and their nose just stopped working, and it'd all fall back out. So they scoop it back up and sniff it again, like until it eventually
That
went
was
up.
me.
Yeah.
That was me. I was just speaking to Kieran actually before this, and I was like, the times when I used to like sniff a line, like on my phone, pull away from the phone, it'd all fall on the floor, and I'd be picking out the carpet.
Mm.
And I'm like, that is mental.
Yeah,
But that's the level it brings you down
yeah,
to.
and
Yeah.
that's it.
So
But that's the
Licking it out the carpet like a moron. Like, what are you doing, Kieran?
licking it.
Oh.
No.
And that's the thing about rave culture as well, because rave culture normalizes drugs.
Mm.
I don't care what anybody says. Like
It
if they
does.
say, "Oh,
It
I can
does.
go to a rave and not do drugs," there's drugs everywhere, and it's normalized.
Mm.
And that sort of behavior is normal.
Yeah.
Like,
If you're not going in a rave,
yeah,
what are you doing?
yeah, yeah,
And it's like, I remember when I went to Ibiza, and like, the amount of pills that people were doing, like, there was more bottles of water on the dance floor than there was beers.
Mm.
And like, that is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, I remember I went to Tenerife on a lads' holiday last year, and all my mates like drinking, like just normal people can have a drink,
yeah,
and I'm sat there with a bottle of water, and people's like, "Are you got any pills, mate?"
yeah,
Like, no, mate, I'm just sober.
yeah. Just
all
don't drink.
I know
yeah.
it's very rare to
They'd
see.
be like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, yeah,
What, you're out on a night out and you're
Sober.
not drinking? I'm like, yes, that actually does happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it is crazy. Crazy how accepted, like, drink and drugs are.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I had my mates on for an episode, and like, they said like, how many times you go to the pub now, and you could count, like, more people are on it than are not on it,
Yeah,
which is mental.
yeah, yeah.
That's crazy. That should never be the case. And like, how if you went into a pub now, I could spot 3 drug dealers.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or there's not a place you can go and not pick up drugs. Like, I went to Tenerife, went to Albufeira with my mates, and they were like, "Don't get on it, Kieran. Don't get on it. Like, just have a normal holiday where you
Yeah.
don't smash yourself to bits and ruin our holiday." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that." I had 2 sips of a beer, and I was literally from Twitter, just ordered up gear off Twitter, and like got a number. Like, how can that happen? How can that be that easy?
Yeah.
Mm.
And like, it's just so socially accepted now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, how many toilets do you go in, and the urinals aren't being used for the
Yeah,
toilets?
yeah.
One of the bars we used to go to actually got shut down because they found more cocaine residue on the actual bar than in any other place in the actual
That's
bar.
mental.
So yeah, they found the owner was just allowing it.
It's mental, that, isn't it? That's just
So they were selling balloons behind the. What bar was you on about?
Bang bar.
Oh, okay.
Bang bar got shut down. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we were selling balloons there.
Yeah, but and you go around the car
Mental,
park around the
yeah.
back, but they found more residue on the actual bar itself than anywhere else in the bar.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know it got shut down because of that.
now the chaos is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Away from the chaos.
Yeah.
What does your life look like today, and what would you say, like, obviously you've talked a bit about that, like, massive change into recovery, like just out of the blue. Like, mine kind of come from a recovery group, and
Yeah.
yours doesn't come from that. And we're so interested to hear, like, there isn't just one way to come into recovery. There's so many different ways, and that's. But my way of doing it isn't always other people's way of doing it. So it's nice to come from a different perspective. And how do you find? For me, like, I've got a routine instructor that comes from a recovery group. What does your days look like? How do you stay clean and sober? Obviously, your relationship with Jesus and with God is huge. But, like, what do you do to keep that so your life looks like it does today and not like it did? Smashing ketamine.
I think, do you know what, going back to like one of your original questions was like, what does recovery mean to us? And for me, it means the start of a new life. It means the beginning of the end. It is literally the start of a whole new journey. It's a new
I don't want my old life back.
No, I do not want my old life back.
No.
So for me, it had to be very practical. So the music, the dog walks, the trying to listen to the Bible, even though I had no clue what it was saying to me. But I just knew that I had to just dig in. Being an addict, you have to feel that.
We're either all in.
So it was the music and just trying to have a routine every day. And I was always working. So for me, and I know I was doing drugs at work, but I'd never stopped working. Like, I always worked. I'd never not go in.
That was like me. From the outside, it looked like I had a really good life. If you only saw what happened behind closed doors.
So I think if you have that normal like routine anyway, and then you just add God to it, like the only way is sobriety. But I know, like, if God was out of the equation, I'd be straight back to square one. Because he actually gave me a dream where I was at a rave and I was following someone around, and they was dropping baggies, and I was like, oh yeah, pick them up. And then it took me to the car park, and I was on this really high tower, and the tower just came crashing down. And I need to put my phone on vibrate. 2 seconds. Let me just do that. I should have done that before.
Okay, mate.
So the tower came crashing down, and basically we prayed into it, and God was like, if I went in your life, like, you'd be back at square one. Like, the tower would come crashing down, and you'd be picking up them bags again. So I truly rely on that daily surrender. My dog walks are fully just talking to God. And praying for other people, and praying for my family and my friends, and just giving it to him before I start the day.
I think that's very similar to our recovery group. Like you saying, like, your walks and you're listening to music's like our version of meditation. So like, you're meditating and listening from God. And in recovery, it's like with 12 steps to find God ultimately, and it's like God is either everything or he's nothing. And although people have their own perspective of what God is to them, or what their higher power is, as they say in the rooms, it's like we're ultimately trying to find something bigger and more powerful than us. And because we know in our own will, we'll be back out there drinking and using. Do you know what I mean? Where's our will got us?
That's where I was when I said, like, I was searching for quite a while for, like, what is my purpose here? And I started thinking in, like, this is very much towards the end of my addiction part of my life journey, whatever you want to call it. So I'd gone through loads of different avenues, like, looked into loads of different religions. I started dabbling in witchcraft and these moon circles, thinking this is it, this is the way, this is what's gonna, you know, and like it's gonna give me purpose. It's gonna bring all this good stuff into my life and things. And I didn't actually realise at that time I was actively, like, I knew I was searching, but I don't know what I was actually searching for. I was looking for a purpose, and I was thinking my purpose was in all these different things, and ultimately nothing was coming to fruition for me. Like, it was not settling anything within me. So that night when Joe come back, and he come in like a movie, he'd come in, it'd been raining, and he's all like, my remembrance of this was I was sat in the corner of our sofa, and I'd just finished one zoo waiting for him to come in, because Ivy, our daughter, was asleep upstairs and wanted to go smoke a spliff in the hut. He come in, we need God. And I was just like, hanging out my mouth like, and then I went down into our heart, and I lit this, and I was trying to just digest what Joe had said to me, because I knew exactly what God he was talking about.
Yeah.
Without him even saying we need this God, like it's not like we need one of the many thousands of gods in what is it, Hinduism. Yeah, it was. I knew exactly who he was talking about.
Yeah.
So, and I was trying to digest it, and that spliff that I had, I couldn't even finish it all because it's like I felt something telling me, put that down, you don't need it.
Yeah.
And I put it down. I was like thinking, I looked at it and I was just like,
I've never half finished a spliff before in my life.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? Is that the weed? Like I put it down, and it's like almost like something like was pulling me out. Like you don't need to be in it. And I got up and I left the hut, and then I went to bed.
Yeah.
And that's when I woke up the next day, and I just felt something like when I opened my eyes, and it was like, like he's here with me. Like there was this reassurance feeling, like I knew this is it. Like I knew exactly who he was talking about, and I knew exactly what that feeling was like not waking up with that pit in my stomach, that depressive feeling like I don't want to be here anymore. Like I hate this life I'm living, this cycle I'm in. It was getting desperate. I was getting very much like, I didn't want to be here anymore. We was arguing all the time, and that feeling when I woke up that morning was like being embraced and being hugged, and this feeling of like I'm in this safe place now. And I was like, I have not felt this ever.
Yeah.
And I got up and I knew, I was like, this is what we need. Like, and I knew that was Jesus. There's only one place that feeling could have come from.
Yeah.
And from there, going back to what you asked, for me to continue in this life is to remind myself just exactly of that feeling that he's taken me away from and what he's brought me into. Every single day it's waking up and reminding myself like Jesus loves me.
Gratitude, yeah.
And I think my life, because I'm a mum, it's very busy sometimes just with the girls. It's so busy, and it's cooking, it's cleaning, it's housework, it's school runs, it's getting up in the middle of the night 20 times to feed the baby. But there's gratitude throughout all of it.
Yeah.
And it's just given me this huge sense of peace, and like you say, peace that makes no sense because there's chaos sometimes still, but it's what carries me, and it's what keeps me going every day, because I think this is where I was and this is where I am now, and it's all thanks to you.
Yeah.
And it's every single day I say thank you for that, because I was ready to go.
Yeah. And you summed it up like I think us as addicts, we search for something, that hole in the soul that we talk about, like, and we just try to fill it with like drink, drugs, whatever, like sinful behaviour. Do you know what I mean? Like short-term fixes.
Yeah.
And it's like when that hole, when we just let the channel be filled with something more powerful than us.
Yeah.
It's like that peace that you talk about. And like, I can't say I feel the peace all the time. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%.
Like sometimes I'm like, oh, please just give me some peace, because like last 3 weeks I've like really struggled, but not struggled where I have to pick up a drink and drug. Do you know what I mean? And not have to search for an alternative hole, something to fill that hole in my soul, because I know what that is. But that's just life. Do you know what I mean? Life shows up for us.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But ultimately, like, I don't have to fill that hole anymore with something like drink and drugs. Do you know what I mean? And like you, I felt that feeling of like, when you do your first line of coke or first line of cat, and like you're like, oh, that warm feeling inside, like, and that like feeling. Like, I get that today from something bigger than myself. And that's not through a drinking drug or something that's going to ruin my life.
100%.
That's through something that's going to better my life. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And just pushing to be a kind, nice person is all what, along with other things, is what he calls us to be, right? And if you can just be that, I don't need to pick up a drink and drug. Like, people can overcomplicate it. Like, he just asks us to be a good person. He asks us to be of service, asks us to love others and help others. Do you know what I mean? And like, if we do that, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We don't have to pick up a drinking drug. And the only way to keep recovery is by giving it away or being kind. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we try to do. Like that's what you try to do on the streets. Do you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And like if I'm fully protected as long as I'm doing his work, not mine, because my work takes me free for a 1 hour and holding onto the door, thinking someone's going to break through it.
Chasing that back.
It's all for the self, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's all for yourself, and it's all for selfish gain, isn't it? If it's not for God.
Yeah.
Like, and we can't handle that sort of glory. I always say this, like, we can't handle glory.
No.
Like, God can handle glory, and that's why
Ego's at the front of addiction. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Even if it's false, most of it's fear, but it's all ego based. Do you know what I mean? Fear based, ego based. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't give me the credit. Like, oh, Kieran, you done so well. You're 2 years clean. I'm like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
We were talking about this last night, weren't we?
Yeah.
It's when people say, "Oh, but you did some of that though," and you're like, "Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I did none of that. There's no way I could have beaten an addiction overnight with absolutely never once having this urge to ever want to do it." And it's been 3 years now.
Yeah.
That's mad. Yeah.
And that was from using nearly every single day. It was just to wake up one day and be like,
Obsessions
I
removed.
don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
I need Jesus.
Yeah. And
It's
I remember like last 4 years of my addiction was horrible. Hated every minute of it.
Yeah.
And like you're telling me, well done, it's all yours. I'm like, I tried to beat it for 4 years. The enjoyment finished at like 21.
Yeah.
I smashed myself to bits for 4 years.
And it is fun. It's undeniable that at first it is fun when it's a party and everybody's around you doing it, and then when you're sat at home doing it on your own or licking the carpet, like that's when it's like that's not fun anymore.
No.
That's what point do people draw the line to it being socially acceptable? Because they don't see what happens behind closed doors. People don't see you in those most depraved moments when you are on the floor looking for little crumbs. They also, maybe they do, but some people, and if they see it, but if they see it and they don't care, it's because they're also guilty of doing that themselves. And
They're
like,
on the floor with you.
You know,
We will make half a bag out of this.
But it's at what point do you draw the line to that not being?
Yeah.
You know,
and I used to put the smile on until like 4 o'clock in the morning, and everyone was like, right, party over, and I'd be like, party over? I can't stop. So then I'd be like crying into lines of cocaine on the floor, like sniffing coke. Like, that's what people don't see. Do you know what I mean? And like that was the last 4 years of my addiction. Might have, like I said earlier, like it might have looked good from the outside, looking in, but my life was a mess. And like my head was a mess. I was destroyed. My soul was destroyed. Do you know what I mean? Like I had nothing. And like that's what you don't see. Do you know what I mean?
Had a lot more friends back then.
Friends? You call them friends?
Well, you know what I mean. Like we had a lot more people around us. And now it's like, house is quiet, isn't it?
But there's one thing that I was determined not to. I actually made it was a prayer actually of mine. I said, God, don't let it just be me who finds you out of my friends. And he's continuing to answer that prayer. And I'll never stop like trying to bring people out of addiction, and people, especially my friends, like trying to bring them along, because that lifestyle, it seems so sexy and it seems so good. Like the darkness seems like enjoyable, but when you peel that back and you see the ugly truth, it's I can't let any of my friends just sit in that without saying something.
100%.
So that's why I go out on the street, and I really feel like God's given me, he's compelled me to do it. Like he's given me the strength to do it and the confidence, because I wouldn't have done that before. Like public speaking is not my thing, man. I'm
rubbish on this. And like it's just a camera there. Do you know what I mean? I'm awful. Anything I've got to like say to camera, I'm like, oh. This is why I quite like this whole like podcast thing, because most people now listen to it on Spotify don't see my face, and I can just have a conversation with you, and I don't feel like if I just don't look at Kieran, there's just no camera. Do you know what I mean? So, but
I think if you don't want this for the people that you love and care about, or just for people struggling in addiction, how can you not want them to have this side of life compared to when you know what the other side was like? That's why people go so hard when they find Christ and they know just how good he is, and it's like you need this, like Jesus wants you to have this. I want you to have this. Everybody in the kingdom wants you to have this.
Yeah.
And then you've got people who will be on the other side calling you crazy because you want people to get sober or to be, you know, to be alive.
Yeah.
It's
when you get that, like you do want everyone to get it, and I see people like using down a pub and that, and I'm like, recovery's there. Just let me know when you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Yeah.
And like, it is attraction rather than promotion, and I get more people from like just not saying anything. Sometimes they come and they're like, "Oh, Kieran, I'm struggling a little bit. Can I have some help?" Because they know deep down how bad I was and what my life looks like today, and they're like, how, and but it's got to be when they're ready. Like I've had so many conversations with so many people, like, and especially in my early recovery, I thought like, I'm going to save the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
feeling you get.
you know,
100%.
come follow me. Follow me. I've got something for you.
Yeah.
And
You think, why aren't they getting it?
what are you still using for?
Yeah.
But like that was me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
and like it's when, like, for me, like when you're truly ready and like when God's ready for you to have it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, it was like when I was ready to open my ears and listen. Do you know what I mean? It's different. Your story's a bit different to mine. Like I come in off my own will. You didn't have a choice, mate. You were coming, whether you liked it or not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like your ears must have been ready to listen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You must have been. Your heart must have been open to hearing that.
I was seeking.
Yeah, without knowing it,
Yeah.
even subconsciously, you had battered yourself enough to hear that, and obviously you were already looking for that.
Yeah.
Do you know
We
what I
had
mean?
people praying for us.
Well, I
as
was seeking for truth. That's the thing. Because I always wanted to find truth. Like the conspiracy stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you want to find out the truth. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
like everyone's lying. Like everyone's lying.
Oh,
But
he'd spent hours on YouTube and on Facebook videos.
But I became spiritually
down
aware
rabbit holes.
through that journey
Yeah.
because I was looking into David Icke and stuff, and he was talking about the lizard people.
Yeah.
But what he was talking about was the entities, like in a different dimension. So I was
Yeah.
like, they're real. They're real. And for years.
Kept down, Joe.
But like as it went on, like there was some truth in what he was saying. And then when I discovered the Christian worldview, like properly, because I used to think Christians were just a bunch of do-gooders, didn't know it was spiritual or anything.
Yeah.
But when I properly heard people like talking on the street about it, that's when I was like, they're making a lot of sense,
Yeah,
and it's aligning with what I'm seeing.
yeah.
So
And it must be so chalk and cheese, like your mates seeing you, like especially for me now. It's like, you now go to church. What's going on? Like,
Yeah.
You would. I remember someone reminding me. Right, I put my a testimony when I got baptized, right, on social media, and someone replied, like, sent me a DM with me doing a line of a Bible, and was like, you are. I think what
bringing
they said,
up your past.
yeah, I think they said.
That's
You're a
such
Bible
hard-
basher now, and you just sniff lines off a Bible. I was like, great. But like,
That's a great
good.
testimony now.
yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
But like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
for me, it's like there's so many people that start in recovery. Like, they've got these years of sobriety, and they're like just happy with, I'm sober. For me, it was like, nah, I want to find out
Yeah.
what it was that gave me this peace, what it was that
Yeah.
removed this obsession, and from that I've just got so much more peace. And like where I met you in Focus, like that, I've never been to a rave and felt like that
Yeah.
ever. I go to Focus and I'm like lit up like I've just been on drugs all
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's-
we spoke about this before.
Yeah.
haven't we?
And that's the spirit, that's not
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that feeling.
Wasn't I really pregnant?
Yeah.
It might have been. Was it the year before last then that I met you?
No, it was last year, because obviously with Dan, I come over to see
Of
Dan.
course it was. Dan
Yeah,
was
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So Dan was at my church,
Yeah.
and then I come over
I
to
just
see
had
you.
Ada then.
And Dan was like, I need to introduce you to someone. And I was like,
She used to do a lot of drugs too.
that's what it's like at church though sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
someone's got a problem with addiction, and they're like,
Oh yeah, go
I
see.
know just the man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He used to do loads of drugs, he'll give you the advice you need.
Yeah.
My kid's using drugs.
But that's
Kieran.
it. I'll be the first one to tell someone about my past, like, because I think if you're willing to share the good and the bad and the ugly, then they'll
He
trust you
gave
more.
us these experiences
Yeah,
to
yeah.
help others, right?
Yeah.
He hasn't pulled us out the other side to be quiet.
No, that's it.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
Like, I've got given these experiences, gone through those hard times. And what, for me not to help someone else?
Yeah.
For me not to share my experience to help others? Like, that's what we're here for,
Yeah.
right? And that's why I felt like I was called to do this. Like, sometimes I think, oh, was I really called to do this? Because sometimes I'm like, oh, but like, I love it. And like,
Yeah.
like, it's something that fills me, do you know what I mean?
It's not just a phase.
No.
going through,
Exactly, and it fills me, and it
Yeah.
feels like the satisfaction I get from like helping others and seeing the light come on in other people's eyes, like when I take them through the steps, or whether like saying to Kieran, like we've had 3 people message us on Instagram this week,
Yeah.
like one for their child who's struggling with addiction, one
Yeah.
who come to a meeting last night, and one that is hoping to come to a meeting this weekend, and like that's the stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
Like, oh, that gives me that feeling of like warmth of like, yes, I'm giving back, yes, I'm being of service, and I am going to like
Yeah.
show you where you can get help.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's so good. Like, it's funny because when we first came to Christ, when we first got sober, and I knew about AA and stuff like that, and I thought I was like very dismissive of it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, it's just Jesus. Like, why do you need AA? Like, but then when I started going down, I actually met someone called Jez in our church, and he went through recovery with AA. And when he sort of enlightened me, and I was like, oh, it actually like it gets you ready for God.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, it's just another way to get sober, but it's also preparing your character for like
Exactly.
God.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly. I think it's more like when you go to church, you're going to get them things where people are going to help you, and like that resentment that we carry from our previous life, and that, and all of those bad things we've done, and guilt and shame that we carry. Like, that's all it is. It's just preparing. It prepared me to like I describe it as like channels that, like one channel of guilt and shame, the other channel of like how much I hate the world and how much I hate the people.
yeah.
I just cleared them out, so then God could have all of that. Do you know what I mean? And like you do get that from like your experience shows that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I only knew that way. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I only knew that way.
Yeah.
That's how I had to clear those wreckages of my past to find God. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like you said, it's ultimately 12 steps to find God. If you turn that upside down, you got God, and then you got relapse at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's crazy. I never thought that.
Yeah, like it's all like, and it's all from the I'm not gonna even try and attempt this. It's from a passage from
Sermon on the Mount, isn't it?
Sermon on the Mount, Joe.
Yeah.
That's what you're here, Joe.
Going
Need your
back
help
to the
here.
attitudes.
It's the character manifesto, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
how you're ready.
Yeah, and it's made from a Christian and an addict
yeah.
and a therapist all together.
Yeah.
And like in the end, the therapist is like, oh, I don't know what to do with this addict.
Yeah.
And Christian was like, don't worry, got this one.
Yeah.
And it's
I
like,
love it.
do you know what I mean? But obviously it's been stripped back, so it's more open to other people to have this higher power, as they call it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like you see so many Christians that weren't Christians who now are Christians through the 12 steps.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, it's ultimately all to find a relationship with God.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Yeah, I
great.
love that.
So what does your like life look like today in terms of like? I think I've already asked that. Haven't I? I'm just going around in circles.
I think you said, how do you
I'll
like,
stay sober.
Yeah.
Cut that. You should really good editing skills there, Kieran. So what does your life look like today in comparison to what it did look like before?
Oh.
Well, yeah, I'll go first. So I had my own building company.
Yeah.
And I carried on doing that for about, I think, 6 months. And then I had someone in the church come up to me and was like, oh, how would you like to work for the church doing a similar thing to what you're doing now? And I was like, maybe, depends on the money. Like, and then when I've really thought about it, I felt peace. And then I sort of sent an email, just asked how much it was. And then I was like, oh, it's not enough. And then the next year came, January, I had about 12 leads, good leads as well. Some of them were like previous customers, and every single one was no. And I was like, God's taken away my work. He wants me to work for the church.
He'll strip that ego back.
Yeah.
He'll take that idol
So
away.
yeah, I went for the job interview and I got the job. So I work for the church now, doing facilities.
Yeah.
I love it. I get to go around all the buildings, and you know, I speak to a lot of drug addicts around there because they got like a homeless and wellbeing centre there, and you know, my heart breaks for them because they've given their life over to crack, or they've given their life over to smack. Like that's their life. But I just chat to them. You know, I just speak to them and I build them relationships.
Yeah.
And yeah, just being close to the church and working in and out of that, it's such a blessing.
Yeah.
And trying to do ministry, obviously at home and where I can on the street for the Lord.
Yeah.
And praying every day. And Tan's got some pretty cool spiritual gifts as well, which I used to be quite jealous of. But, so I know.
Very visual.
Yeah.
Really?
Very visual, yeah. And at first, when we started praying, I'd start seeing things, and I'd think like, I wouldn't say anything,
Yeah.
because I was thinking like, that's a bit like, I can't really tell
Am I
people.
going mad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, if I tell people this, they're gonna think like I'm crazy. And then it was later on that I found out that actually that is a gift.
Yeah.
So I started being a little bit more confident with it.
It was the job, like, because when I done the job interview and they was like, oh yeah,
We prayed over
yeah,
the
we
job,
prayed over the
and
job
it
interview.
was.
And you
What did I get? What did I
you got
say?
like an oak tree bursting out the ground, and I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
wow.
it was crazy. It's
I was
it's
like,
so it's so vivid when I see it, and it's only when it's like usually when we pray, or if I'm like really thinking about somebody, like you know when you're praying in your head,
Yeah.
like I do it automatically now. Like, I just start praying.
Yeah.
If I see somebody, I pray for them, like, but silently. Sometimes in my head, 'cause you don't want to just approach people and be like, middle of Asda,
Let me
like,
put my arm on you.
yeah. But yeah, that's
Yeah, it's been such a blessing.
yeah.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Because I'm such like I was such an impatient person, and I also always wanted to know like everything. I still do want to know everything, but obviously I can't because I'm not God. But like when we pray together, and I need an answer, like God will give it.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been such a blessing of knowing where to step and
Yeah.
what to do. And
Yeah.
I won't go anywhere or do anything without praying first and getting the go ahead from God.
Yeah.
So-
I think just like it starts your day off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I used to like if I had a bad day, I'd be like, oh, just go and smash some coke. I'd be like,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm like, oh God, don't let tomorrow be like today or something like that. I'll go to him like I said, it's like he's either everything or he's nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I know you like just go through the day, like just have a conversation with him. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's so overcomplicated. Where you're like, you've got to be on your knees and you've got to be like having your hands folded and you've got to do this and you've got. That's not what he's asking us to do.
no.
Yeah.
Chat to him like your mate.
And it's almost it's like going to him like with everything and anything, because he already knows. He already knows how you're feeling. He already knows what you're thinking. He already knows what you're going to say before you've even said it. So you might as well just do it anyway. Like, why are you hiding?
Yeah,
you're angry,
literally.
talk to God. You're elated and happy, talk to God. You've got frustrations, anxiety, talk to God.
You
Give it
messed
all
up,
to
yeah.
God. Just talk to him. Like, there's nothing that he doesn't already know.
Yeah.
And I think that's
Mind you, saying about getting on your knees, we've got a wild story about that.
yeah. Oh,
I like wild stories. Come on, Joe.
So I think it was last month, February.
Yeah.
February, I had really two really extreme moments of pain. So I couldn't get past my urine, but I was in so much pain on the toilet, crying, sobbing.
have you ever seen him cry? Like, once or twice in the nearly 10 years we've been together.
Yeah.
And
That's from
this
pain
is
and-
twice in 1 month. Like,
Yeah.
This time, yeah.
Yeah, so this time, and Tom was there luckily both times, and she came, she was like, give me water, because I was just, give me water, I need to flush out, I need to get this wee out, and I couldn't get it out, and then like she was praying, sat there praying, and then God was like, present yourself properly.
Yeah.
It's like you heard the words, didn't you?
it
Present
was like
yourself
present
properly.
yourself. It was. So I was in with Ada actually, and I could hear like noises. I thought it was
Yeah.
the dog. I don't know what he was doing. I was thinking sometimes I just have to leave him, give him some privacy so he can actually get out, and he'd make some like funny noises sometimes. But then I heard it was like whimpering, crying, and I thought that sounds bad. Like, and I had to get up and go and actually check on you for
Yeah.
first time ever. And I went in and he was just crying his eyes out. He was
Yeah.
hunched over. I took a picture because he didn't know I took a picture, but it's one of those moments where it's like, just seeing that, it was something I feel like it's in time eventually, because I know God's going to heal you,
Yeah, yeah.
that you're going to look back at it and remember. But I was up and down getting him to, water, still couldn't get it out, and he was just to the point, he's like, I can't carry on like this, can't carry on. And he was so, it was heartbreaking to watch. And I was trying to pray. I was praying, like, just sat in the doorway, just praying, like, in the bathroom. And I literally heard, like, present yourself up. Like, God wanted me on my hands and my knees, because I hadn't done it for a very, very, very long time. The minute I got on my hands and my knees and I had touched my head on the ground with my hands out and I said, please, Jesus, please, Lord Jesus, he started weeping straight away, and it come out of nowhere. Like, he just went, oh! like somebody had turned a tap on and it just started coming out. And I was just like, I was crying, like, looked up and he was just like, oh!
I tell you,
He was having the
I was
greatest...
laughing with joy. Yeah, I had so much joy in that moment. It was like I was laughing because I was so joyful that that it was past. But like that's the damage that Ketam's done to me. Like, and I do think like God's already said He's going to heal me.
Yeah.
And I'm going through the medical process right now.
Yeah.
And hopefully they're going to find something. So.
That's so beautiful, and like, that story's so cool.
It was the minute.
Not cool that you're in pain.
No,
by the way.
it was,
But
honestly,
also,
I'll
like,
never forget it. It was,
that just shows, right, the effects that addiction can have on you long term
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You take the drinking drugs away, like, and that effect still has on you. Like, and people just don't see that.
Yeah.
But that story's beautiful.
And don't get me wrong, like
pray for Josie.
yeah, like the
Everyone
pain,
comes together.
the pain over the last 3 years has been terrible, and I've questioned, like, we've prayed, we've asked God, questioning like, why have I still got this pain? But like, even through that, I'm still thanking Him.
Yeah.
I'm still praising Him, and He's refined my character so much. Like, I'm definitely more patient. She might say I'm not, but I'm definitely more patient than I was, and I definitely more mature than I was.
Yeah.
And the pain, you know, it might be controversial, but the pain has helped me be humble and grow. Yeah. So,
I think you're a much better person than I am, Joe. I have a bad day at work and I'm like, oh God, no gratitude for you. What have you done for me today? You've made me stressed about. And I think I need a lot of learning from you, Joe. But like, to stay in gratitude even when you feel that pain, that's mad.
Yeah.
That's so good.
There's been moments where I've been like wanting to curse God, like, you know, like Job and that. And I'm just like, no, I can't. And Psalm 23 has helped me so much.
Yeah.
I literally memorized that on the toilet. Memorized it on the toilet, and I say it all the time on the toilet now.
Yeah.
Psalm 23.
Yeah, that's mad. Like, but like that's the thing, isn't it? Like, we are grateful, although we go through all that stuff. Like, it's just so grateful that my life don't look like it did.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? But thank you so much for coming on.
It's been great.
Thank you for telling your amazing story and being so open with us.
No, it's been great, man. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
If you felt touched by anything that was said in this episode, or know a family member or friend who may be struggling, please feel free to give us a message on any of our platforms. Us at On Course to Recovery would love to help point you in the right direction. We hope you enjoyed the episode and hope to catch you in the next one.